Hi YouTube, it's George here again, and last time we looked at 3 knives under the microscope, and now I'll show you the 3 knives and the sharpening stone I used, and hopefully you can enjoy this video. So I've got this Japanese sharpening stone which comes with 2 different settings. The first side is this 1000 grit, and the other side is 6000. So this side is the finer finish. Sorry, the sharpening stone is a bit dirty. But the 3 knives we've actually looked at last time was the Benchmade 940, the Leatherman charge with 154 cm steel, and the Gerber Easy Out with s90v steel. So these 2 are both the s90vs, and that's 154 cm. So this is actually one of the first knives I've ever sharpened. As you can see, it's very badly sharpened. I apologize for that. You probably already feel very painful watching this video right now. What I tried to do is actually putting this knife into a new profile. So by that I mean sharpening the grind to a shallower angle, so it will be sharper than the original factory edge. However, the way I sharpened it was I focused primarily on the flat part of the blade and just sort of do a vertical striping sort of motion. So 2 mistakes I made is for number 1, the edge is slightly rolled, so as you can see the reflection on the edge here is actually not flat. And the second mistake I made was not sharpening the curved part of the blade. So as you can see, it's later on I tried to make up for it, but I made it look very, very ugly. Enough said, the blade is still reasonably sharp, despite the fact that I actually changed a bit of grind angle along the edge, and also last video I showed you there's a slight factory edge left on the knife, but it's still reasonably sharp. Now the Gerber Easy Out, I didn't sharpen it actually, so it's still factory edge. So as you can see, it's still sharp, but sorry about that. Anyways, it's got a bit of a lint in it. Now finally we come to the Benchmade 940, which I sharpened by myself. Wasn't happy with the factory edge because it was not symmetrical, but this time when I sharpened this knife I used this motion. So what I did is first I angled the sharpening stone a little bit, so I can sort of get around the thumb stud, and then I just did this. But before that, I actually used the Leatherman the diamond file to actually thin down the blade a little bit. It was working very well, so I just went striping down a few times to really remove a lot of the steel, and that's how I got it off quite easy to sharpen that knife. I can imagine if I had to sharpen this knife using this whetstone, it's going to be a mission, because I can tell by the experience with sharpening this Leatherman on whetstone just without any thinning first, because there's like 1000 grit on this thing. It takes ages to actually thin that much steel. So better to actually have a diamond file or something before you want to do something major renovations like this. You can still see the shiny bit, which is Very badly done sharpening. So don't do something like I did. Anyways, we're gonna do some really brief testing on the sharpness, and I'm planning to make another video on the hard use of the 940 Benchmade. By the way, you can actually open this knife in such a manner I didn't actually notice before. Enough said, and we're just gonna do some really quick sharp test. I'm actually happy with the sharpness I've got. Given that if you look at it under microscope, I still have a bit of factory edge left, but the sharpening did actually make it. It did improve. Oops. I think one thing that may affect the testing here is you really have to remove the paper lint along the way, otherwise it gets caught up in between the blade and the other paper. It really affects your testing. And now we look at the Leatherman. In my opinion, the Leatherman is still sharper than the Benchmade after I sharpen it. Primarily because I've made this profile really low, so I actually feel no resistance when I cut the paper at all. Maybe in the future I'll resharpen the 940 to maybe a 15 degrees angle or something. Meanwhile, I'm happy with the way it is. You can probably tell by this video, the Leatherman is still beats the 940 in terms of sharpness. Yeah. Only downside about doing that to this Leatherman is it's very ugly. Anyways, just one more test and we're done for this one. Oops. Alright, we're done here. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.